Howdy, I'm Dylan, and today I'll show you how I made the top of my coffee table. First, I measured and set up the wood so the sides wouldn't have any gaps. Then I set them up cross-grain and numbered them. When marking the top palette, I found that the easiest way to mark out where you'll be dominoing was to place a ruler horizontally over the top palette, and then mark out 3 lines to divide the palette into fifths. That way, when the individual boards are separated, you'll be able to see where the dominoes need to be drilled, and such will be lined up perfectly. As I was trying to domino, I found that the domino machine would get caught in the 2 wooden bench hooks, and would block me from drilling the whole way through. To solve this, I used a thin slice of scrap wood and placed it on the top of the bench hook to prop up the board, preventing any domino to bench hook clash. Next, I had to glue it. I did this first by sweeping the sides of each board to remove all the wood dust so there would be no issues with binding of the glue. Next, I filled in each individual domino hole with a small amount of glue and spread glue over the connecting sides of the boards. With clamping the palette, I used 3 large metal rail clamps, 2 on bottom and 1 on top, used to avoid any bend and deformation. I had to make sure that I had placed strips of scotch tape on the rail of the clamp, which would be coming into contact with the glue. I wiped down the palette of all excess glue and placed scrap wood on the sides of the clamps to prevent any imprinting. After I've unclamped it, I need to sand down the wood to remove any clumps of glue which have spilt and solidified over the sides. I found that sanding along the grain with long, smooth strokes is the most efficient way of sanding the palettes. While I could have clamped down the wood to stop it from sliding, I was too lazy to do so and found that the added time probably wasn't worth it. Next, I had to cut down the board to size, because I more or less accidentally got the wrong size to size pieces, and the whole project had to be scaled down. Here, I used the gap between the 2 tables to support the palette, and used a track saw to cut the wood. I clamped the track down to the wood and connected the vacuum to the back of the saw.
Been setting it up for so long, you bastard! Oh, it's fine, it's fine.
I actually needed to move the box so to get the tool out.
I think I just got that on video as well. That's all good. No, that's good.
There we go.
Look, what is the worth of a video?